Hi everyone, Nick Creticos here of Nick's Seasonal Decor. You're watching me today on Hometalk. Today I'm going to be making a simple fall wreath today. So I'm going to start with a 24-inch pine wreath. So this is how it's going to come when you get it from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, AC Moore, any of those stores. And what you're going to want to do is fluff it up. So take each and every single branch and pull it forward. So as you guys come in, let me know where you guys are coming from. I'm in Massachusetts right now, and it's raining, drizzling outside right now, and it's hot and humid. So let me know what the weather's like from wherever you guys are from. I'd love to see if you guys are from different countries and stuff. I always find that interesting. So just take the wreath and just fluff up each piece. And you're going to want to go in the same direction, like that. I already pre-fluffed this. So next I bought the sign from Hobby Lobby, which was $13.99. And what I'm going to do is first cut the tag off, like that. Take a zip tie. Just place it right on top. And then just pull the branches back and zip tie to the top wire. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my clippers and then cut that off. Like this. And you guys can add 2 or 3. You guys can even place them down here. Like I said, I got this sign from Hobby Lobby, so they had a bunch of them, and all the fall stuff is out right now, so they should have a bunch of them. So then it's going to look something like that with just one simple zip tie, and this is really not going to go anywhere. So next, I have a command strip on my door. So what I'm going to do is just place it on my door. And this is how I'm going to work with this wreath today. And then just pull a few of the pine branches through. Just like that. Just to hide the cord a little bit. Just like that. And again, just fluff it up a little bit. So this is a Christmas wreath, but all the craft stores pretty much have their Christmas stuff out already, surprisingly. So you guys can pick that up from, like I said, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's. I'm pretty sure they have their Christmas stuff out. Or if not, you could just use an 18-inch grapevine wreath and just add some additional greens. So next what I'm going to be doing is using fall leaves, so it doesn't look so Christmassy. So what I'm going to do with that is just snip off the pieces. And I picked this up from Michael's, and it was $14.99. So as the season progresses, all this stuff will go on sale. So usually Hobby Lobby does 40% off or 50% off. Right now it's early in the season, so nothing's on sale quite yet. But next week, everything should be on sale, at least a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to keep clipping them off. So I'm going to be using 2 of these. You could even pull them up a little bit, make them thicker. Alright, so that's these. And some of these have little pumpkins on it, which is kind of cute, and berries, and different shades of yellows and greens. Alright, so then I'm going to go to my glue pot. So lots of you guys have been asking me about this, and it's just a simple kettle used for the sole purpose of burning hot glue. And if you guys are interested in getting these, I have the link on my Facebook page. So I'm not going to be using my pick machine for this because the pine needles seem to grab every single branch quite easily. If I was using a grapevine, I would most likely pick them.
Can I what?
Oh, yep, the giveaway today is, the question for the giveaway today is, what kind of wreath would you guys make? So in the comment section below, just let us know what type of wreath you would make, and you guys will automatically be entered to win a color-changing cup, which is pretty cool. So just comment what type of wreath you would make. And for those of you who are just tuning in now, we're making a simple fall wreath that are in the colors cream and greens and browns. So next, I'm just going to take all of these over here. So what I recommend doing is starting with one type of greenery at a time. That way you can evenly disperse it throughout the wreath. So I'm going to be working with these today. So again, I'm just dipping them in the hot glue. And then take it to my wreath and just place them in, just like that. So again, with this, I'm working in the same motion as the pine needles from the wreath. You're going to want to try to stay in one motion, or else it gets a little too hectic on the wreath. So I always recommend working in the same motion. So again, just working around the wreath with these greens. And the more types of greens you guys have, the better the wreath will look. And if you guys have any questions, just post them in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer them while I'm here. So like I said, I'm using 2 of these branches, 2 of these fall picks.
No, are there some? I said no, are there some coming in? I'm not seeing any of them. Lisa wants to know what you're dipping the leaves in.
This is hot glue, Lisa. So I cut up standard glue sticks, and then I just put them in my skillet, and that's how I melt them. They also have glue pillows and glue pellets for these machines, which you can pick up at most craft stores. But this is a lifesaver. I mean, I use this every day, pretty much all day long while I'm working. And it's a lot easier on the hands than a simple glue gun. So again, I'm just working around the wreath.
Someone wants to know how you attach the welcome sign.
I used a cable tie for that.
We have some few wreath ideas. Someone said Christmas wreath, Halloween wreath.
I know, I'm already starting on Christmas already. It's crazy how fast the time goes. It's already halfway through the year. It's unbelievable. So again, I'm just dipping them in the glue. Oh, that pumpkin fell off.
Baby wreath, beach wreath.
Oh, baby
More
wreath.
ideas.
So again, just gluing them in. A baby wreath sounds cute. So just dipping them in like that. You see? And then just placing them throughout.
And people from Australia and Arizona.
Ooh, Australia. I'd love to go to Australia. So again, just dipping them in.
Just remind people what you're doing.
Yep, I'm making a fall wreath today with a pumpkin sign that says welcome, which will look great on any door.
And what the wreath is?
And
Like the base.
the base is a 24-inch pine wreath. So it's typically seen at Christmas time between $6 and $7, maybe $8, depending on what store you go to. And I just repurposed it for a fall wreath. So I have a few more of these picks. If you guys cannot find the 24-inch pine wreath, a simple 18-inch grapevine wreath would work. That's what I typically use if I don't have any of these. It just requires more greens. That's the only difference.
Do you sell the wreaths?
I do sell the wreaths. I have a website, Nick's Seasonal Decor, my Facebook page, my Etsy page, all of which are Nick's Seasonal Decor. So yeah, I make wreaths to sell to help save for college. I just finished my senior year 2 months ago, which is unbelievable to think that I already graduated high school. But yeah. So again, just gonna dip them in the glue. If you guys are interested in this, I have a link for this, or you could directly order it. Just keep adding greens.
Someone would make a Mardi Gras wreath.
Ooh, Mardi Gras. Yeah, we don't celebrate Mardi Gras up here, but I think it would be wicked fun to do that. Alright, one more pumpkin here. So as you guys can see, it's starting to fill up quite nicely.
People are congratulating you on graduating.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Feels like yesterday I was in elementary school. So again, just gluing it in. So I get a lot of questions about using a pick machine. And like I said in the beginning, I do not use a pick machine with pine wreaths like this, because when you glue it like this, it usually attaches to all of the individual pieces of the pine, so it holds pretty nicely.
Some more people are asking about the glue.
Yep, this is a glue skillet, and I just used regular glue sticks chopped up. It's high temp. Alright, so next what I will be doing is using these, which are pre-made picks from Hobby Lobby, and they were $4.99. So what I'm going to do first is just fluff them up by taking each and every single piece and just moving it. This helps make the picks seem bigger and fuller. It looks too congested if you guys just leave them as is. So as you can see, yeah, let me get a different one. The difference. So what I'm going to be doing with these, first take the sticker off, obviously. But it's just take a simple stick, apply a little glue, like that.
You've got people from Las Vegas and Tennessee.
Ooh, Vegas. Yeah, we've been to Tennessee. It was beautiful. So next what I'm going to be doing is just finding any place, really. The fuller the better. I'm stabbing the pick within.
Can you use a regular hot glue gun?
You can, yeah. You certainly can. I've went through so many hot glue guns, and it always seems to hurt my hands because I'm always working with hot glue. So next what I'm doing is taking two pieces of the pine and then just twisting it around. Can you see that? Just around to help reinforce it. And then just move your branches to where you would like them. And then you got a simple pumpkin. Move that back there. Simple pumpkin. So I have 3 of these. I typically work in odd numbers, which took me forever to do so because I'm more of an even type of guy. But when you use odds, I just think it looks better. So again, just bending them, make it a little more realistic.
We've got people from Canada and Scotland.
Ooh, that sounds nice, Scotland. I've never been there. So this has the berries, the cotton balls, twig wires, all different types of greens. The more greens you have, the better. And I can't stress that enough.
Got a few people wondering how you got into making wreaths.
It started several years ago. I have a big tree outside, a spruce tree, which is an evergreen tree. And since we live in Massachusetts, we usually use fresh wreaths. And I don't know, I just decided one day that our door was bare, and I said, I'll make a wreath. And I started to make those wreaths. And then a little while back, I started with the fake wreaths. So again, what I'm doing is just pulling the pine and twisting it. So yeah, so I just started making the fake wreaths, and then started selling them, and it just took off. So with these, they're bendable, so you could just adjust it so it's a little more curly. Like that. So that's 2, and I have 1 more over here. So I have different greenery that I might be adding to it as well, like these.
Got a lot of hearts and thumbs up coming in.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you guys don't mind sharing this video as well, both me and Hometalk would appreciate it. And be sure to subscribe to Hometalk and me as well, if you guys would like to, of course. So again, just bending the branches, making them a little more realistic, like that. And these pre-made picks are just the easiest things because they instantly add texture and color and design to anything you're making. So I think I will be adding one directly in the middle. Yeah, watch out for the hot glue. And then I'm just stabbing it in. And then taking the pine and twisting it around. Like that. And then just adjust a little bit. Like that. So I will be adding a little more greens to it. I think it needs a little more.
You've got some people from South Africa and Greece.
Ooh, Greece. Yeah, I went to Greece 2 years ago. I'm actually Greek. And we saw some family, and it was beautiful. So this I picked up from Hobby Lobby as well, and it was $3.99. This you can get in the year-round section. So every other week, they're 50% off. So next week, it'll be 50% off. So what I'm doing is just cutting it randomly at random spots. And again, if you aren't using a pine wreath and you're using a grapevine wreath such as this, I would be picking these just so that they hold up better.
You've got some more questions about the glue. Can you just go over that again?
Yep, so I'm using a glue skillet today. I have a link where you guys can directly purchase it. It is just a type of skillet that is used to burn hot glue, or melt hot glue rather, but it can burn it if you put it as high as it can go. And what I do is I just put it on a medium temperature, medium to high, and then it gets like kind of thick. So if you wanted it thinner, you could put it higher, or if you wanted it more thick, you could put it lower, but this is typically what I like to use, is this temperature right here. And it doesn't have a temperature, unfortunately. But yeah, I just use regular glue sticks, and I chop them up with my scissors, my cheap scissors. You don't want to be using your good scissors for that. And then I just stick them in the skillet. So they also have all of the stuff that I'm working with in teals at Hobby Lobby I saw this year for fall. And they had standard orange, which is like a brighter orange. And they had more of like a burnt orange and reds and practically every color this year. It was nice. And all the Hobby Lobby should have all their stuff out by now. I know the 3 I have up here do. So again, just melting it. And then just sticking it where I see fit. So if you guys wanted to substitute this with other stuff, you certainly could. If you guys can't find this exact greenery or this exact sign, just find what you like. And also for all of those who are just tuning in now, Hometalk is doing a giveaway. And the question is what type of wreath would you make? So if you guys wanted to make a fall wreath or a Christmas wreath, we've gotten some creative responses so far. So just comment that below and you will be randomly selected. One person will be selected to win a color changing cup. So again, just adding more greens. I think one more piece over there. So always stand back too and see if you're missing anything anywhere, or if you have any bare spots. I think one more piece under here.
We got a few Christmas wreaths, Easter, football wreaths.
Ooh, football wreaths. I made a football wreath yesterday actually, as a custom order for somebody. We love our football up here, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so I have other styles of wreaths. So these are some Christmas ones. Some more fall wreaths. So, I mean, you can create a wreath for virtually any season. And they're not hard to do. You guys can do them. Just with some practice. So now I'm just going to adjust it a little bit.
The winner is Pam Patrick for her football wreath.
Ooh, congrats, Pam Patrick, for your wreath, for your color changing cup. She said a football wreath?
Yep.
That's exciting. Yeah. You can make one. I know you can. So again, just adjust. How are we looking on time? Looking good?
About 20 minutes in.
All right. Yeah. So just keep adjusting. And I want to put a little more something sporadic around the side. So I think I'm going to be using a little of these greens. I believe this is grape leaf. This I picked up from Hobby Lobby, which is $29.99, but it goes 50 off every other week. So what I'm going to do is just cut off some of these. And like I said before, the more greens, the better. I mean, personally, that's how I feel. So again, just cutting it off randomly, like that. What I usually like to do is cut above a node. So like if you're pruning a plant, you always want to cut right above the next leaf set. And this kind of makes it look more natural because you don't see a stem sticking out. So I might need more after this, but let's start with this. So again, dip it in your glue. Or if you're using a glue gun, just dip that. Just use your glue gun and squirt it on. And then just add some pieces. And after this, I do think it needs a little ribbon, so I have a dark tone of brown. A dark brown that I'll be using. But not as a bow, just as little pieces. So just add it throughout. And also just twist your stems a little bit, make it look a little more natural.
How much would this wreath go for about?
This would be $95, this wreath. So just add it, sticking up a little bit. I like my wreaths more whimsical personally. So I like things sticking out. So just use your glue. And don't be afraid to load up on the glue. I know some people think that they have enough and their wreath falls apart. So always use enough glue. And this would be perfectly fine for outdoors. I know I get that question a lot too. Definitely will be perfect for outdoors. I have a door that gets direct sun all day. And I know it's not as hot as Texas or Arizona here in Massachusetts, but it still gets pretty hot. And all my wreaths seem to do just fine outside. I have one wreath on my door, my side door, that's been there for, I don't know, 4 years. I haven't changed it out, and it looks fine. So again, just add a few pieces around. So I think I need a couple more pieces below. So let's go cut some of that. So again, just cut above a node. Just like that.
And for the people who are just tuning in, you want to go over what you're doing again?
Yep, so today I'm making a fall wreath. That would be perfect from September all the way through November, through Thanksgiving actually. So it's not like a Halloween, which you gotta take down. It's perfect. I like my wreaths to last a long time, last a long season. So that should be enough. Alright, so let's go back to the glue. Any more questions? Alright, like that.
More questions about the glue. You want to just go over that
Yep,
again?
I'll go over it again. So this is a glue skillet right here. And I purchased it. I have a link that you guys can purchase it through, but it is just a simple thing that melts the glue. And I use chopped up glue sticks right here. So these I chop in half right here. And then I just throw them in. And then they melt. Nothing fancy. Some people recommend getting them from Walmart that are used for cooking. I personally wouldn't recommend getting those. I just like knowing that mine's used for a specific purpose and that's what it was made for. So this one was made for glue. That's what the purpose for it is. So just, you know, keep adding glue. And the more texture, the better too. So here I have like a grapevine type leaf. And then I have ferns and stuff like that.
You've got a question about the cleaning of your wreath. Do you ever dust them off? Or?
I personally don't, but if you guys live in a dusty area and you need to dust it off, you could just use an air compressor on a low setting. Or just shake it off. If it's well constructed, you could easily just shake it off. I store my wreaths in my house. I know some people work out of the garage and store them from the ceiling, but I use command strips. So if you guys have been seeing command strips, I would recommend getting them because I use them everywhere. And I was afraid that they'd leave marks in my walls, but they haven't. So I use them throughout my house. So again, just adding more glue. Okay, a couple more pieces on the side, and then we could start with the loops for the ribbon. Just like that.
Someone wants to know how the sign is being held onto the wreath.
The sign is being held on with a cable tie, which is just a simple black one. They come in every color, so if you're trying to match it to a different season or different holiday, they come in practically every color. So I'm just going to be adding one more piece over there, and then that's it. And don't be afraid to try something out. If you guys don't like how it turns out, you could always just take it apart. I mean, just yank the glue out and then restart. Sometimes I don't like the way my wreaths look. So yeah, this is, again, just the glue pot. Sometimes I don't like the way my wreaths look. So what I do is just take them apart and restart. Like this one, I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I had an idea in my head, but I wasn't sure. So what I'm going to be doing is probably, I don't know, 5-6 inches. We'll measure out 6 inches. Just make a couple loops. This is not a fancy bow. It's not an even bow. Just make a couple loops. So I'll probably do 3. Like that. And then cut off 6 inches. So now I'm going to be using pipe cleaners. I'll use the beige. And then just wrapping it around. Like that.
Robin would like to know how old you are.
I am 18. Yep. I'll be 19 in, I don't know, a week and a half. So then, to make a simple V-cut or a dovetail cut, whatever you want to call it, you just fold the ribbon in half, like this, and then cut away from you. So this ribbon doesn't show it up as much, but I kind of like the texture for that. But if you wanted to do, here, let me use a better ribbon. Because a lot of people actually ask me how to get the nice ends for these. So what I do is I take it, fold it in half, and then cut towards the wire, just like that.
What was that question?
Like that. So I won't be using that ribbon in this wreath though.
Mary wants to know if you were on a news segment recently.
I was not, or at least I don't think I was. You never know. So just make a couple loops. Alright, so again, 6 inches. Take a pipe cleaner. Alright. Again, I'm going to just make a little dovetail cut. I chose this ribbon because I don't want to take away from the wreath. If you wanted to use a more pronounced or extravagant ribbon, you could. Yep. So also, guys, I would appreciate it if you guys would like and share this video. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you guys haven't subscribed to Hometalk or me, we would appreciate it greatly. Or if you know somebody that would like to learn how to make a simple fall wreath, you could share it with them or send it in a message, copy the link. And if you guys are just tuning in now, I'm making a fall wreath but you're not able to watch the video right now from the beginning, unfortunately. So the live will be posted after the video ends. So again, just make the cuts. So right now I have 3. I think I'll stick 3 in each corner. Right here. So what I'm going to do is just feed it through the pine. Just like that. And then just twist it from behind. So the same process would be done if you guys were using a grapevine. You just would be adding a lot more greenery for this style wreath. So then twist it. And then just take your loops. And then just spread them out a little bit. So this just adds a nice little touch of ribbon, not too much. I wouldn't want to do a bow on this style wreath. I think it would take away from the sign. So then I'll take my next piece, and then I'll go down a little bit. Try not to be so even. I know it's hard for some of you, like it was for me, but I think it turns out better if it is imperfect, personally. Alright, so let me just find the other end of this pipe cleaner. Oh. If you guys were working on an easel, it'd be a lot easier just to go from behind. A lot of you guys couldn't see what I was doing exactly with the easel, so I decided to use my door. But hey, it gets the job done. So again,
What was it?
just take the loops.
How do you purchase your wreath?
I have an Etsy, and I have a Facebook page. You can message me on Etsy, my Facebook page, where you could purchase the wreaths. I also have an Instagram and a YouTube, and a mailing list, which is where I post on my sales and stuff. So right now I have a 20% off in July sale, where all my wreaths are 20% off. And you can see all the leaves, all the wreaths that I have currently available on my Etsy. And then occasionally I post them for sale on my Facebook. So again, just take your ribbon, move behind, in front, just like that. So I do think it needs 2 more, so what I'm going to do is just quickly cut 2 more. So I'm using 5 instead of 3. So again, for those who are just tuning in, I'm making a simple fall wreath on a Christmas 24-inch pine wreath. And if you guys want to see more detailed bow tutorials, I have a couple on my page, Nick Seasonal Decor. This is just a simple 3-loop bow. I wouldn't know if you guys would call it a bow, but just a little touch of ribbon. I know, the burlap ribbon. So oh yeah, I forgot to say, I picked this up from Hobby Lobby. It was $9.99. Which is 50% off every other week. So this week that's 50% off. Next week the flowers will be 50 off. So again, just 3 loops. And then so the edges aren't so raw, just cut a simple little dovetail. Any more questions? Yeah, if you guys have questions, just let me know. Alright, so let's go back to the wreath.
Where do you get your supplies from?
Everywhere. From Walmart to Hobby Lobby to Michael's, AC Moore, Joann's. Sometimes I find things that I like at Walmart. Sometimes I find signs. So just look around. You're not going to find everything you like from one store. If you do, that's amazing. I usually don't. Like yesterday, I took some of my Facebook followers on a live tour of Hobby Lobby's fall section. And I didn't like the flowers that they had exactly from Hobby Lobby, so I went to Michael's, which was right next door from me, luckily. But then I found the flowers that I liked for a different wreath. But so again, just feeding it through. And then attaching.
Where'd you get your welcome sign?
This came from Hobby Lobby. It was $13.99. Right now it's not on sale, but even $13.99 is such a good deal for it. It's well made. Alright, so then just fluff it.
Someone wants to know how they can follow you.
I have a Facebook page, Nick's Seasonal Decor, where you could follow me on that. Or my Instagram, which is also Nick's Seasonal Decor. I have a YouTube where I post tutorials, Nick's Seasonal Decor Designs. I have a mailing list. The link is in my Facebook page. And then I have an Etsy, which is also Nick's Seasonal Decor. And that's where you guys can follow me. Alright. Yep, so I think we're pretty much done. Yeah. So if you guys find something that you don't like with your wreath, what I recommend doing is coming back a couple hours later. That's what I usually do if I don't like something on my wreath. And then, I don't know, maybe then you'll like it or you'll think of something to change about it. I always step back though, so. Yeah. So that's the welcome wreath. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys wanted to follow me on my pages, they'll be in the comment section. I think that's where she said she'll post them. And if you guys wanted to subscribe to Hometalk, that would be great too. So, yeah, thanks for watching, you guys.